Do you have a little intro thing? A little intro music?
A little intro music?
I think it was that one. That was the one. I don't think anyone else can hear this but me. It's not.
They all can hear it.
Okay, cool.
It's that nice, template.
Well, like on the live, can
music.
they hear it?
No. Oh, no.
I'm sorry,
Maybe
guys.
later.
We made a noise. You guys didn't hear. Look at this.
Made a little rock band noise.
What up?
What up, what up? Everybody good on the audio? You hear yourself?
Jaden Smith. We're not talking about Jaden Smith. I'm going to say it off the rip.
Yeah, I'm on the mic. I can hear myself.
Yeah, on the mic. Good.
I can hear myself, too.
Well, let's get this thing started. Or how YouTubers say it. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Let's get inside of it.
That's
Let's
the
get
thing.
deep inside of it. Let's burrow inside of it.
Right? That's a thing, I guess.
I'm gonna redo it.
Well, welcome to CoLab.
Thank you.
Iggy. I want to introduce you, but I feel like you could do so much better than me.
Yeah, okay.
But just a little history before you do that. I mean, we did sell some fruits at the lemonade stand, and
We did.
that was a fun journey.
Yeah.
We got a chance to meet each other, and
Yeah.
ever since then, I've been a fan. I followed you on Instagram and all your shenanigans and all that fun stuff.
I do shenanigans really well.
Shenanigans.
Not even on purpose. So you guys know that. Like, it's not purposely shenanigans.
You just
I just fall into it,
stumble upon them.
and then it happens.
So yeah, no, just give the people a little intro. Who are you? Where are you from? What
Hi,
do you do?
people. How are you? I'm going to look right at the camera because I'm a piece of shit like that. My name is Iggy. I born and raised in Miami. Born in Mercy Hospital back in 1989. Summer of 89. What is there to say about me? I like to cook. I like to make people laugh. I think, it's fun to be nice to people, which is really a rare trait, apparently. People like to be mean in Miami. See a lot of
It's
posts.
a thing here. I don't know.
Like, it's like you want to be purposely mean. People just like try to be as mean as possible. I don't do that. It's not nice. I worked at the fruit stand for a while. I don't do that anymore. I do other things. We'll get into that later. Maybe not. I don't care.
Make smoothies or.
Yeah. I like to cook on live. I like to do that.
Oh yeah, you do some health stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
I
before we
try.
get into that, don't go too far. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. This place is really cool.
Thank you so much.
You guys can't see this, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Take my word for
You
it.
could check it out in the live. Maybe you put it up later.
Go to our Instagram.
I can't.
Check out the Instagram,
Check the IG.
Look at this. Look at
the IG, all the good stuff.
Yeah, go
we'll have it all
IG.
down in the description below.
Y'all find it later.
Go hunting for it. Maybe
You'll find it.
that'll be a good exercise for you. Yeah. My name is Angel. I'm one of the managers of the studios, of CoLab Studios. I don't like to really go into the ownership or aspect of how this got built because of the fact that this is a communal project.
I like it.
This wasn't all built by myself. It wasn't all my sweat and tears.
Are you saying that because he's here?
Of course.
If he wasn't here, would you still say
Fuck
that?
no. I'd be like, yo, I'm the
I
one who
made
owns
it.
this shit.
This
I make
is mine.
it. But because he's here, I gotta
So
say,
nice of you.
I gotta be nice.
Take my cameras back.
I'm taking everything.
Shut this place fucking down.
Closed tomorrow. I'm like, what
Should be
happened?
off.
I'm so sorry.
So go ahead, Fernando. Tell people who you are.
I'm Fernando.
Dope.
That's me, guys. What's up?
That was incredible.
Incredible, right? I think I could say I'm the creative director of the studio.
Whoa.
Yeah, so pretty much anything that has to come with creating or building something
Don't
in
look
here.
at the camera.
He makes the magic
Go
happen.
away. There you go. Okay, you can keep doing that.
That's me.
That's so
me.
mystical.
I make the magic happen here.
That's what he does.
That's it.
That's all.
That's all.
Cool.
Pretty simple.
What a joke. That just means you're a joke. I love it, though.
Yeah.
He's the man. He's
Come
the
here
man.
once in a while. So
It's here and there.
He comes when I feel like it's the right time.
What is that, like every day?
no,
Not every day.
we're always late, by the way. So
Yeah, we're
there's
having
never a
Miami
right
time.
time.
Dominican, Miami time. I think
So,
we crossed
my-
over into Miami. Yeah,
my
Dominican time.
my roommate moved here from Boston, and he didn't know about Miami time.
Oh.
He's a very on time person too. He's like, guys,
Like
you got to be
early
here
on
at
time.
7:30. We went to an improv show. He's like, we have to be there by 7. If not, the doors won't
no.
get it in. We're like, no.
Oh, no.
Chill.
My cousin was mad late, super late. He's just frustrated. Like, oh, he's not here yet. We get there, no one's there. He's like, what happened? They're like, oh, we're running Miami time. And I'm like, I told you. That's how it works here.
And you just sit there and just
And
wait.
he's like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna accept that people are late.
It's a thing you got to adapt to, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you meet Cubans and Dominicans and all the other
I was on time
cultures.
ish.
down
No,
here.
I was also late.
No, but it's
at 4
You were actually on time.
ish.
We were hungry and we wanted to get food.
Hey, it's okay.
Yeah, he actually was on time.
Yeah.
I said 4.
But like 4-ish is on time
4 ish
said-
is on time.
for someone.
We
yeah.
said 2:30, but
Did we? Okay, so we 4. Perfect. Okay,
4,
that
yeah.
makes sense
I had to because if
Yeah.
not, we're not here on
to
time.
adjust for it.
So I mean, a lot of stuff that we do obviously depends on time. And I know today's topic we're talking a little bit about the universe, the mystic.
Yeah, timing, law of attraction, which is very interesting. People don't believe it. It's really funny that people don't believe it, and they're like, "Why does my life suck?" And I'm like, "Because you keep telling you that your life sucks.
yep.
So that's what's going to happen. Your life is going to suck."
That's true. Have you? Is there something like that you can recall, like where you like became, not that you were aware of it, but maybe you were just like noticing, oh man, like if I think this way, if I be more positive, or if I do this.
I think I more fell into it because I'm naturally a very positive person. I'm very like just accepting of things as they are. I don't really like if something bad happens. I'm like, oh, this sucks. But for like, I feel it for a little bit. I'm like, okay, this sucks, and then I got to get over it, and then just kind of move forward. And then at some point, I was like, wait a second. And then I started thinking about, like, well, I'm always thinking good things, and then good things happen. And then when I don't think good things, bad things happen.
Yeah.
It takes some time, too. Like, one really great example is I always find parking. Always.
Stop.
Always.
I think it's a mindset.
Yeah. Like, when I'm on the way to work, like, we're going to work. We're on our way there. In my head, I'm like, I already know there's a parking spot for me.
Thinking about it, it actually does
Are
happen.
you
Yeah.
serious
I'm going to
right
work.
now?
I'm like, cool. Like, I'm not stressed. I'm not like, oh, I'm going to get to work. There's not going to be a parking spot. I know there's going to be a parking spot. Like, I'm on my way to work. I get to work, and there's a spot for me every single time. Sometimes in game there's not a spot yet.
Yeah.
And I don't be like, oh no, my brain lied to me. I pull up and the car's pulling out. And I'm like, boop.
That's why.
And then I have friends that are like, oh, there's never any parking. I have to get to work super early because if not, I can't park. And they don't find parking. And I'm like, I wonder why. Because it's what you put out into the universe, right?
Man, that's wild to me. I mean, but do you feel like it's hard to maintain that? Like, I feel like there's a constant battle in my mind. Maybe it's just me. Am I going crazy admitting it right now? But
Yeah.
it's the fact that I try to be positive, and there's some little voice somewhere in there that's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with certain things, right?
Like what?
Like you can be like, I'm going to win $1 million tomorrow.
Like,
that's
shut up.
unrealistic.
Yeah.
You can't trick the law of attraction into like unrealistic things. Like I'm going to win $1 million. Like
And all of a
I'm
sudden-
a millionaire, and then Jim Carrey did that.
He did.
Jim Carrey had a check in his wallet when
I
he was
heard-
starting out
yes.
as acting.
I saw this.
For $1 million to himself. That he's like, he kept in his wallet, and he's like, I'm going to make $1 million. And then his big break was, I think it was either Ace Ventura, or Dumb and Dumber, or the Mask.
Yeah.
I think it was the big break.
The Mask, yeah.
And that's the one where he made $1 million. And he's like, whoa.
Dude, I wonder if it was blank. Like, you know how fucked up it would be if it was blank?
That would be
This whole time
He made it.
That's like
He's like, oops.
Fell out of his pocket and fucking.
Yeah, he's, oh,
never
shit.
had that shit.
He won the money and someone just cashed it. Like,
God.
well, at least someone out there is happy with it.
Hey, law of attraction. Maybe I'll get 2 million.
It's true. Yeah, there you go. Put a little check in your wallet and go from there.
I don't know, man. It's hard to have faith for, always being positive just because there's so many like negative things around in the world. And it's like you start watching the news, you hear stories from friends that are negative or whatever. It's all good. You can make it pop.
I'm gonna make
ASMR.
a pop. Hey, beer number 3?
4 or 5.
4?
Yeah.
Shit. No, 3. Nice try.
But it's so hard. Do you feel like a lot of people have the luxury of being surrounded by positive people?
No, a lot of people are in a really shitty situation. Right? A lot of people live in very bad. That's why I want to travel. I think it was who's that guy that died and traveled a lot. Everybody loves. I feel like such an asshole to
R.I.P.
remember his
to
name
him.
right now. The people are like, oh, this guy, he cooks food.
It was Bourdain.
Bourdain. Yeah, he has a
Dude,
quote. It's like,
legend.
hey, yeah, you see, now that's why I feel like an asshole because I'm like,
Fucking-
what's his
you're an
name?
asshole.
That one guy who did things and everyone
Fucking
liked.
ass, if I could find the fucking.
If I had an asshole button here, is that it?
That
Was
that's
it.
the asshole.
Yeah, that's
button,
the asshole button. I like it. Hi. But yeah, so essentially, he's talked about like traveling and seeing other people's lives and like how they have it very difficult. But even then, it's based on what you want, right? Like it's based on like what you want your life to be.
Yeah.
Number one, like materialism. Let's talk about Western society and like how materialism is so huge here, and like you are who you are based on what you have.
Yeah.
We see it a lot with a lot of customers, a lot of people from South America who want the newest product to own. They don't even know what it does. They don't care.
Yeah.
They just want to look good.
Yeah. They don't care how sweet the lemonade is. They just want it.
Yeah. So there's people that live like in a mud house
Yeah.
like with like drinking muddy water, and they're so happy. Right? They're the happiest people in the world because that's not what they value, right? They value their family. They value that they're breathing. I always say I'm happy because I have a roof over my head. I have food on the table, and what is the other one? And I have a bed to sleep in. Right? Very basic things. Like I don't need more than that. Trust me, I buy a lot of things. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I own everything. I have a PS4, a Switch, an Oculus. I have a house with dogs, and I have everything I ever wanted. But that doesn't get you happy. It doesn't make you happy. It's cool. Right?
Cool
It's
for the
nice.
moment.
Yeah, it's nice stuff to have because you like them and you use your time to entertain yourself with it. But it's not like that's not what life is about.
Yeah.
In a way.
I saw this thing on social media because a lot of times I'm just scrolling and get those motivational things, and Kanye West popped up. You know, like I've been boycotting Kanye West for a little bit. You know, not personal to the guy. Like he makes great work. It's just sometimes the things that he says, and he talked about it. He's like, "Look, I'm trying to just live life.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I'm always going to say the right thing, and I just have to just react to it, right, and just say how I feel."
Funny.
Right. And he's like, look, I don't look at that.
Yeah.
I don't look back at it. I keep moving forward.
That's smart.
You know,
Which is why he's still doing what he does because he doesn't. Isn't he in rehab right now?
I think so.
Yeah. You see, it was good. He recognized his faults.
Yeah. He's understanding a lot of things that he's doing, and he's trying to do something better about it. So I mean that's kudos to him. Right.
Yeah.
But around the materialistic point, right? He also talks about the fact that we're enslaved to brands.
Yes.
Right. Oof. Like people say we're free, but a lot of times when you think about it, you enjoy the logo you have in your pocket.
Yeah.
Or the car you're driving.
True.
Or where you're going to go eat dinner at, you know, and it's just something where a lot of the choices that you're making throughout your life are being made for you almost without you even realizing.
In a way, people are a lot of slaves to Nike. I'm sorry. Oh, I love Nike.
Oh no. You hit us.
You're right in my heart. I actually bought shoes that say Adidas on them, really big.
Oh, yeah.
Because I used to wear, I would buy like Skechers, like old man shoes,
Dude.
because they're so comfortable.
So comfortable.
They're so comfortable, guys. Like
I got Vans right now, and like I'm sitting
Yeah.
on clouds.
Get yourself some New
They're
Balance.
comfy as shit. Like, I'm sorry, New Balance.
for the dad shoes.
Dads are right, man. They know what's comfortable. Because dads at that point, they don't give a shit. Like, they already have their kids. Like, that's like their life is done. They're like, I'm
Like,
gonna wear
it's
New
over
Balances.
already. I might as well be comfortable in it.
So at work, someone's like, "Oh, you gotta get new shoes. You got ragged ass shoes." I'm like, they're like, "Oh, let's get you some Nikes." I'm like, "Fuck you guys," because you know how our store was like with the whole Nike obsession. Everyone has to have. Then like, it's funny, like you'll go into like the locker room, and the top of the locker is just nothing but Nike bags if they dropped a new Nike, and it's like you guys are like, this owns you. You realize that you guys have to go to buy them. Because if not, you feel like you're missing out on something.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy
I don't
addictive.
give a shit.
And it's so funny you could fall in and out of it so quickly, you know?
Yeah.
So it's something that's very, very.
So I bought these shoes that just literally say Adidas on them. And I went to work one day, literally. I think I was sick that day, but I'm like, fuck, I'm going to work. Just because I bought new shoes and I wanted to show my friends at work who were like, Nikes. I'm like, I got these. I went to my friend Chris, you know, Sifu. Sifu, we'll talk to you. We'll tag you.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
I was like, look at my shoes. I bought these for you specifically.
Damn.
You can say that. I don't fucking care about Nikes.
Right?
But then again, but it also comes back to like child labor and like
Yeah.
where we resource it. And then when we go even further, like everything comes from that. Chocolate, Nike. It just weird. And it kind of sucks. You really can't get out of it.
Yeah, it's like a never-ending loop, I think.
Yeah.
Are you stuck in that loop, Fernando?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of.
What's your shoe collection like?
It's just all Nike.
It's all Nike. Yeah.
I have a few Adidas. Though.
But like I don't like collections are nice. Like I feel like everyone has their collection
right,
of
like,
things.
thing,
Like
yeah.
I collect Rick and Morty pops.
Really?
Not even Rick and Morty. I collect all the off-brand characters. Like the third-party characters that like show up for one episode.
Yeah.
Because like Rick and Morty, I have a Meeseeks tattoo.
Oh, wow.
I'll never get a Rick or Morty tattoo, even though my dog's names are Rick and Morty. But I feel like that's too on-brand. It's too close to it.
Yeah.
Like let me just like circle around it a little bit.
So you give people a little bit to work for.
Yeah, you know, people know like, oh, give him a pop, give him a Rick and Morty pop. That's what he likes. But to be fair, I don't know. Let's go into time. I love attraction. Time.
Go for it.
Time is a circle,
Go for it.
right? I know this because the first time I saw Rick and Morty, the show, the pilot episode, something inside of me was like, I've seen this before, and I've been waiting for this
Like
show.
deja vu kind of.
Yeah, like a deja vu for this show that never existed before. But I saw the pilot, and I was like, finally, it's here.
Yeah.
It's like my body was waiting for it. My spirit was ready. And it showed up, and I saw the pilot, And let me tell you, like, I made everyone watch a show for months. To this day, if someone comes over, they're like, "What's Rick and Morty?" I'm like, "Shut up, come here, sit down," and we'll watch a pilot. And they'll start to talk to me like during the pilot. I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, shh, watch." And then they start watching, and I'm watching them watching, and do this thing where they'll see the little subtleness of the hilariousness of the show, and they're like, oh, "This show's not just a cartoon show. Like, it's funny, like it's good."
And there's like deep humor.
Oh yeah, there's deep ties in the show. It's just like very funny, very subtle jokes. Like there's a part in the pilot where they're running away from getting arrested from international police, and they run past this guy smoking a hookah, and the hookah has like a little embryo in it. The embryo pops, and the little person comes out, and then he goes through all the life cycles in like 10 seconds, from a little baby to an old man, and dies. And Maury's like, "Oh, geez," and Rick's like, "Don't think about it, just keep going." That's life.
That's deep.
Yeah, right. And that was in the pilot. That was like the first episode. And the thing is, it's such a like don't blink,
You gotta
you'll
do a
miss
whole
it
episode just
moment.
that, like watching it.
Oh,
like
please!
watching
Reaction.
I would do a whole
reaction, like straight up reaction.
and like a pause. Like we'll watch it, pause
Yeah.
it. Like let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
It has enough for years of fucking podcasts.
I support it, bro. If
And
you
lives.
if you want to do reaction of Rick and Morty, like, come on in. Let's make it happen.
I have all the Blu-rays. Right? I have the art book of
He
Rick and
is
Morty.
Not
ready.
even in fucking streaming. He
He
has
is
the
ready.
Blu-rays.
Yeah,
That's dope.
just like green screen the show behind me, and it's just me
Just
looking at
pause
the
it.
camera, and I'm like, pause. Look at this moment.
I'm down.
Let's analyze this moment and
It's
break
the moment
it down.
he fucked up.
Yeah, this is where you fucked up.
So going back
Amazing.
to our theme for this one, the law of attraction. So what do you feel like you were putting out in the universe that you wanted to do something like a podcast or something professional?
Oh,
Because like, I don't know, I felt like this energy of just like, hey, send Iggy a message.
that was me.
And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I'm just like, all right, fuck it. Iggy here.
You like backed out. You're like, ah. You started texting
Hey,
me.
you want to come to the studio? And then he's like, yeah. I'm like, cool.
I remember too because like you texted me and I replied, and then like a week passed, and I was like, the podcast thing, and I had to go through my Instagram messages.
go
I'm like,
find
there
it.
he is. I'm like, Angel, let's do it.
That's crazy.
And you're like, what day? I'm like, I don't know. What time? And I told you like some like vague. I'm like around here, and I'm like, that's too vague. I should give them a specific.
You know, it was so funny because like I hear you, like getting a date, getting a time, getting all that stuff. But half the battle is just coming to the table.
Yeah, getting here.
Right. And it's just like, it was so fluid. It was just so organic. I was just like, hey, what's up? You want to come? Yeah, cool. Let's come.
be there.
Yeah. Okay. What day? All right. I feel like, yeah, couple days from now.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. What time? Oh, like, yeah, afternoon.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like, boom, happens.
Oh, and also I had no idea what this was. What else?
Or what we were going to
What we're gonna talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Sounds
that's
about right.
That's the
That's
best
how it works.
moments.
Yeah.
I feel like those are the best moments when things just happen like that.
Unplanned.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like nothing is stopping you from it. There's no weird like, hey, you can't find parking or fucking whatever.
Yeah.
It's like you could have been like, yo, you guys are running late, I can't go, or some shit like that.
I was worried that I'm going to die out of nowhere.
Oh my God.
That's probably my biggest thing. Like, man, I really hope I don't die on my way here because that'd be
Hope I
really
make it.
rude of me.
Right.
Sorry, guys. Got a huge
Law
wreck
of
and
attraction.
got murdered horribly. Oops.
I believe
Yeah.
I believe in that law of attractions wholeheartedly. And I feel like there are moments in my life where I feel it and it's like, wow, this happened so easily. Everybody kind of flowed. It was so easy to collaborate. And then there's other moments where it's just so hard.
It's forced.
It's forced and so forced. Like it takes so much energy from you.
Yeah.
Like this whole week has been draining for me. And this right now is like the only moment I get to refill my bucket.
Oh, we'll refill that
And
bucket.
it's crazy.
All right, get another bucket, bro.
Right?
I'll fill like 8 buckets.
go
How many
get it.
buckets you got here?
Let's fill them
A lot
all
of
up.
buckets back there. Let's fill them all up before I leave, just to make sure you're good
That's nuts.
for a
man.
few weeks.
But I feel like it is a real thing, but it's so hard to maintain.
Yeah, and like I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was also very open about my whole anxiety depression stage.
Yeah.
I think for a few years ago, I had really bad anxiety. I had panic attacks like every day.
Wow.
And it was because of my environment, and it was like my mind, my subconscious telling me like, you got to get out of here. And I'm like, shut up, brain. You're stupid.
You don't know
my
what
brain's
you're
like,
talking about.
I'm your brain. I know what I'm talking about.
Like,
And I'm
I gotta
like,
pay rent, bro.
This is bad for you.
done. Yeah, this is bad for you. And I'm like, no. And that's when I moved out of the house where I used to throw parties all the time because it was constant party, right? And I think I got to the point where I'm like,
It's
I
too
don't want
much.
to do this too much. Yeah, my roommates were frat bros, right? So like every week, even during the week, frat guys would show up. Like, oh, the boys are here. I'm like, all right, the boys are here. They're like, Iggy, come take a shot. I'm like, no, I don't feel like drinking. Like, have a little bit. I'm like, okay, peer pressure, whatever. I'll take a shot, and then like fast forward 2 hours, I'm at Wood Tavern, fucking drunk as shit. And I'm like, God, wait a second. I got bamboozled.
How'd I get here?
How did I get here, right? So I moved out. I left. right?
You had to take yourself out
I
of
had
that
to
situation.
I had to take myself out. And funny enough, when I went to my landlord to be like, hey, I need to get out.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's crazy. I actually have a 1-bedroom apartment opening up next month that you can have because I love you. And like, you know, you've been a great tenant. And I was like,
Wow.
okay, cool.
That's wild.
Yeah. And it kind of fluidly happened, right? You see it kind of, I
Law
fell
of
into
attraction
it.
right there.
Like, and it's things like I can't explain. And people are like, explain it to me. I'm like, I can't.
He was
like,
thinking about it, so
Yeah.
it came to him right there.
Yeah.
No,
The other day, even simpler than that, right? I'll give you even more basic one. I need a beer pong table for this party I'm throwing tomorrow. Throwing a party tomorrow. Hey, come to my party tomorrow. Ba ba boo boo. Hey, right? So I needed a beer pong table.
Yeah.
So I told my roommate like, hey, we need to find a beer pong table. He's like, well, I went on a run and I saw a table outside. I'm like, no way. He's like, yeah. And I checked. I went on a run this morning and
That
it's
is
still
crazy.
there. So I'm like,
That is
shit,
crazy.
okay. No, it gets crazier. I'm like, all right, let's go get it. So yesterday I had to go meet someone. I came back home. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go grab it. So I pull up my car. Way too heavy. It's made of wood. It's a big wooden
Like that
table.
heavy type of
Heavy,
wood.
heavy. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go grab my roommate. Like, let's go get it together. We get there together with my car. It doesn't fit in my car. Too big to fit in my car. I'm like, fuck, okay. It's far. It was like a block and a half
Yeah.
away from the house. Not super far. So like, fuck it. Let's park my car and we'll just carry it. Whatever. It's like 1 in the afternoon. It's like peak heat. But we don't think about that, right? I had my
In Miami, it
bandana
doesn't
on,
matter.
protected
What
from
is
heat.
This
Yeah,
table.
heat. We live in Miami. It's every day.
It's all right.
So we go to grab it by hand, and we're walking down the street. We walk maybe half a block, and there's a lady parked at the park, and she's like, "You guys need a dolly?" And we're like,
yeah.
"Yeah, that'd be amazing." She's like, "I just moved the other day. Here's a dolly," and she just pulls out a dolly for us.
Out of nowhere.
I don't know, like you can't plan that. Like I didn't even like think about that. And she's like, passes a dolly, and we dollied it over to her house.
That's
I brought it back to her. I'm like, thank you so much. You see, that table was meant for us.
Yeah.
It was too heavy for anyone else to take because apparently the table was there with a bunch of other things too.
Yeah.
That got taken little by little, and the table was still there because it was a fucking heavy ass table, so no one took it. But it was there for us, and the dolly was there for us at the same exact time. And now it's in my backyard for the party for tomorrow.
I would have been surprised if the lady said like, "Oh, you guys want some beers?
Yeah,
Here's the beer pong."
you want some
everything
beers
you
too?
need
I got
for
beer
your
pong too. Yeah.
That is wild.
But it's like little things like that, and if you don't pay attention, you miss it.
Yeah.
You don't see it. I'm very self-aware. Or not? I'm not super self-aware, but I'm aware of
You
my
try to be,
surroundings
yeah.
at least.
I think that's it right there. I think that's the key. You want to make sure that you are self-aware of the things that are happening around you and maybe like give the attention to those things, right? Give gratitude to the things that are happening. And maybe you can see more of those positive things that are happening around you.
Yeah, it's important to be thankful.
You
That's
know?
the biggest thing. Like, we can bitch about so many things, right? We have a lot of first world problems that we all deal with day to day. We can easily say, like, maybe I woke up late, right? Or like, I go and I dropped a cup, I broke a cup, right? Oh, it happens. Right? You're going to go through shit like that. But it's how you react to it that, makes your day.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you react negatively to it, guess what? That was one of my favorite things to say at work all the time was like, hey, you're here for 8 hours, right? You can be bitchy and mad that you're here for 8 hours, or you can enjoy the 8 hours because regardless of what, you have to be here for 8 hours.
Yeah.
You're going to be here no matter what. You can be all bitchy about it and be all angry that you're here for 8 hours, or you can have fun with it, man. Have a good time. Meet a customer. Say weird things to them. See what they say.
Yes.
I've made customers friends.
Sing in the middle of the store kind of shit.
Yeah, do whatever. Like, have customers just be super nice with them, right? Like, they can be dicks, but just don't let their dickiness like get in your way of having a good time. Find that middle ground to have a good time while you're there.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be there no matter what. Like, you can stand around and do nothing, which sucks. I hate being bored at work. It's a
The
big
worst.
thing, right?
I think it melts your brain.
People are like, "Oh man,
You're there for not for 8 hours. You're there for.
do you want to help
like
people
20
or do you
hours.
want to do nothing?"
It feels like
It
forever.
feels forever. It's horrible. Like when
That's
when
true.
it's slow,
Yeah.
you're just walking around like adjusting things. You're like, oh, this is adjusted.
Doing weird shit.
It's not. It doesn't do anything for you.
Doesn't do anything. Look, man, I really appreciate the time. I know it's blown by.
It has. Oh my
We
god!
are,
Look at that.
we're about to hit the end on this one.
That's crazy.
We could continue to do more. I love having you and talking.
I love
through
this.
shit.
This
I
is
think
this is
really
the
cool.
funnest thing I've done all week. Yeah, all week.
Yeah,
all week. All week. Yeah. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm gonna have a party. It might.
It might.
It
might supersede it a little bit, but
yeah.
not by much. It's
Okay,
like
cool.
right there.
Top
It's really
three.
close.
I- top three.
Top three. I'll do a
appreciate
top
that.
three.
Maybe one day we could do a party podcast.
Oh man,
That'd
like
be wild.
do a podcast
In the middle of the
in
party.
the middle of the party.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be wild,
I would throw a party just for that.
Let's to do that.
Like, hey, we're throwing a podcast. Come to the party. People are like, what? Like, we're filming a podcast.
Like, don't worry.
What
you
do you
guys
do?
can be
You
loud.
just
Y'all can
drink.
do whatever.
Just
Drink,
drink
do
and
whatever you
stuff.
want.
Just
Play a
do
beer
stuff.
pong.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
whatever. Take shots.
Have fun.
Bring me shots, if anything.
Yeah.
I think that would be wild because we had you go through 3 beers. But we really appreciate you being here. Let the people where they can find your stuff. Let them know.
You can find me on Instagram at I think it's Iggy Chan. I don't know. I don't even know what my thing is.
We'll put it.
Yeah, it's
down.
Iggy_Chan. I'm on Twitch too. I like to play video games. I like to play DDR, Guitar Hero. Look, I got a
nice.
Guitar Hero tattoo right there.
Wild.
I play Guitar Hero a lot. I unbox Pokemon cards. I cook. I do a lot of things, man. I can't really nail what I
that's
do.
great.
But
You
come
have
on,
something
one
for
time.
anybody.
Yeah, if you like stuff,
Just
come
hang
follow
out.
me. It's great.
Love
Have a
it.
great time.
Well, thanks for sticking around to this podcast.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me.
Let's wrap it up.
How do you guys wrap it up here?
I don't know. We just kind of end it.
Okay.
How do you want to wrap it up?
Do I just like chug this beer real fast?
Yeah, go
Whatever
for it.
you want
All
to
right,
do.
guys. Hey, thank you for having me on your podcast and let me drink beers here. All right,
Dope.
here we go. Oh, God, these are beers. Okay, here we go.
See.
There you go.
And with that, it's a wrap. Peace.
Ugh.